and perhaps the wrong person to ask about anxiety with work, because I really haven't worked. So whatever I'll be saying is a little bit fiction, a little bit intuition, because we need to work. That's one of our duties in life. Action is needed all the time. Right? We can't sit all day in meditation because we have to be in this world. But you work from 9 to 5 so that you can live from 5 to 9. You don't let your work become your complete existence. And if you can keep that balance between your work and your life, because your life is not work, it's everything that you're seeing, everything that's happening just now, the people that you meet, the sensations that you feel, the food that you eat, the reaction to the world, all your interactions, all of it is your life, and work is just a part of it. You're spending a part of your day so that you can enjoy the rest of your day. And the rest of your day, you've got to be able to switch off from what happened between 9 to 5. But completely engaged when you're doing what you're doing. Completely engaged when you're working. If you are sitting in the present, engaged in what you're doing, where is the anxiety? Anxiety comes from projecting your mind into the past that didn't work. It's filled with fears about the future. I'm not going to finish in time. I'm not going to do a good job. My boss is going to say this and that to me. All of that is the anxiety for the job. And those are just stories. They are. We make it bigger than we can. And during the course of your work, you meet a lot of insecure people who want to make your life thoroughly miserable. The more insecure they are, the more they want to unsettle you. Because they develop their sense of self-worth from your misery and from your insecurity. And we've all had those. When I was working, I was doing my teacher training in the school in Parkland, upmarket school. But the teacher I was training with could not stand the fact that I drove up to teach in a Lexus. And every day she would tell me, you don't really need to be here. You don't really need to work. You're probably never going to work. Things like that. Plus, she expected, I think, a 20-year-old whom she could kick around. She didn't expect someone twice her age. I was in my 40s. I was when I started studying again. And I knew more about child psychology than she did because I'd had many of my own. I had many nephews and nieces, and I knew how to deal with the kids. I didn't really need help from her or guidance. And from her own insecurity came a need to put me down. And it was hard. And if I had not been spiritual, if I had not been meditating at the time, I doubt I could have survived that. The continuous insults, the continuous put downs, if I had not stopped to think, all right, she's insulting me. Who is she insulting? Which part of me is being insulted? Is it my finger? Is it my toe? Is it my head? Is it my brain? Is it my mind? Where is my mind? Where exactly is the insult hitting me? How exactly is it being hurt? When you examine people's words deeply and find which part of you is being insulted, which part of you is being demeaned, nothing. You find nothing. Because you are just not in any of this. The real you is not in any of this. It is so connected to Supreme Consciousness, which can never be hurt. It can never be touched. And when you're sad, and when you're hurt, and when you're depressed, if you just go into who is sad, who is unhappy, what is feeling depressed, you'll start laughing because you'll not be able to find what you're looking for. And why can't you find what you're looking for? Because how can you find the subject? You can only find an object. The eye can only see the hand. The eye cannot see itself unless you hold a mirror, and then again it's an object that it's looking at. It's a reflection in the mirror. So the subject can never see itself, because the subject can never be an object. And if you are the subject, you'll never find yourself. Right? So when you start searching, saying, who is being insulted? I'm sending you on a wild goose chase because you're not going to find the answer. And by that process, your pain, your insult, just by the searching, just dissipates into nothing. Where it came from. Just some sounds from someone. Some words from somewhere. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. You got a good evaluation this time. Oh, you feel great. 3 months later, you're feeling so great doing, partying all night, not doing anything, and then you get the bad evaluation and then you feel terrible. It's the same you. It's the same you. Somebody says you're good, you feel great. Somebody says you're not good, you feel terrible. Your work has to be 100%. Which part of you is there at work? How much of it was spent on the shopping network? Buying tickets for your trip? Talking to a friend, taking coffee breaks? When you're at work from 9 to 5, be there. Be there. Do whatever you're doing. My work is cooking from 9 to 11 in the morning, then you cook. Because cooking, while thinking about having to finish other things, is cooking without prana, cooking without energy. Nothing in that food will be of any nutritional value to the person who eats it. When you are there, be there totally. 100%. Then move on. Don't think about it. Don't think about it, because all the rest, why is he being mean to me? Why is my work not working out? Why am I in a horrible place? Why is my job not changing? Those are mind stories. Think it, focus on it, it's going to happen. Whatever you want will happen if you focus on it. If you're working and you're completely focused, your work has to go well. It has to happen. And if things happen at work, they are happening, they are just not happening to you. Things are happening and you're reacting to it, saying it's my fault, it's his fault, he's useless, she's useless. And thereby you create anxiety for yourself and for others. Every problem can be solved. There's no problem that big that can't be solved. And the problems that are really big that can't be solved are the ones we're not focusing on. Like climate change. Right? They're the ones we're not focusing on. We're not sitting sleepless nights. My God, this planet won't be there for us. No. We're only worried, why did he say a mean thing to me? That is the focus of our life. And the whole day can go saying, my God, I got a bad evaluation. What's going to happen to me? Well, if the planet doesn't exist anymore, can you imagine what's going to happen to you? That's what you should be worried about. You should be worried about the sun not shining. You should be worried about the air not pure enough for yourself to breathe. We don't think about those things, the real things that really matter. Instead, we worry about small things because we have everything. Life is very good. If you were running away, just trying to stay alive, you would have no stress. You'd have a different kind of stress, but you wouldn't be stressed about work. Because we don't have that, now we have to find something. Now we have to find something to worry about because we have to go through that process of back and forth over nothing, like that, back and forth, like sitting on that rocking chair, except that he's still. It's not your whole life. It's not your whole life. You don't need a lot to live on. You don't need a whole lot. And if you examine your life, at least the ones that are here in this room, they're all taken care of. Everything is good. Nothing to worry about. We had food today. Got a roof above our heads. Got lovely clothes to wear when the weather turns cold. What is the worry? What is there to worry about? Everything is good. Everything is good. Now, it's just up to you to keep that smile on your face no matter what. Even if things are not going on well in the office, you keep that smile on your face. And you get through things by always bringing on the positive. Always looking for a solution. Not just pulling yourself down saying this is not going to work. I don't know. It always happens to me. Why is this happening? That's not the way to reach your solutions. You have to enjoy living from 5 to 9. That's the fun part. That's the fun part. Wherever you are, be there.